And we're live. Not live, but we're here. Oh, that was a nice noise.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning.
Welcome to the Animatronic trio.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Aaron, Ashley, Anthony. We're doing a coffee morning donut
Woo!
potty.
Potty. You said potty.
We apologize for the dog that's barking because we haven't put him down yet.
Oh my.
It's gonna be soon. But
Too
also we have
early to
a
put the dog down.
refrigerator noise in the background that might be humming. So
We
there's
don't,
that.
we don't need to tell them about it.
There's a refrigerator noise happening.
Guys,
Wait, can't
last
stop
night
it.
was awesome. We recorded some stuff.
I feel like you can't just say that and then look at us like last night was magical.
It was so magical.
I can't believe we stayed up so late.
We did stay up really late recording, and then we said, you know what? We're gonna wake up tomorrow morning really early, get coffee and donuts, and we're gonna do it again.
Donuts.
Coffee and donuts. So yeah, we got some
Yeah,
donuts.
coffee and
so we'll
donuts.
chew and make a lot of mouth noises while we're doing this. Yeah, so last night was good. We just kind of rambled on about the things that we like and don't like. I feel like we're just going to talk about what we're excited for now, because I think some cool things
Yeah.
are in the works in the world of, I don't know, Star Wars, sci-fi, cool movies, things like that. So, I don't know, maybe we'll jump into that. Aaron, what are you the most excited for coming up in the next couple of, I don't know, week or so?
Week or so? Well, definitely The Mandalorian. As in, we should be getting a trailer any day now. Because the show comes out October 30th,
Yeah.
right? And we're
Is it
now,
30th?
yeah, I think it's the 30th.
Yeah.
It's September 12th today, so got a little more than a month. So it's a little odd that we don't have a trailer already, but
Yeah.
I know that it's one of those things where they could probably be like, if we wanted to, we could just release a trailer the day before the show comes out, and you guys are still all going to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, 90% of
That's
the
true.
Disney Plus subscriber base
Are there
for Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. Yeah.
I mean, not that we were
yeah,
there
I'm
for
gonna
Mandalorian
I'm gonna
only.
dunk my donut in the coffee.
Oh, you dunked?
Oh,
You
that's
went
a
for a
move.
dunk?
Whoa.
So
That's a move.
I thought that was like just like a thing that they did in movies, and I still think that it's just a thing that they do in movies because it's not. Was that amazing or not? Was that good or bad?
It was good. I dunk everything.
Yeah,
like
you are a
literally,
wicked.
like not
You're a
just
dunker?
cookies. I don't just dunk my cookies in milk. I dunk my Pop-Tarts in milk.
Pizza and milk.
I dunk my pizza, my
I
Cheetos,
dunk my ice cream
burritos.
in ice cream.
Really?
No, I'm joking. Anything that's like a dessert, other than
you
like
dunk.
cake or pie. Like if you hold it with your hand, I dunk it.
Wow.
One time, you know those Nature Valley like
Dunkaroos.
granola bars, the crunchy
Oh
ones.
yeah.
I dunk those in coffee.
Really?
So good.
You could probably dunk those in like milk and they'd be good.
Oh yeah,
Because they're like
It's kind of like granola.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
I
cereal.
love Dunkin' stuff.
Wow.
Dunkin' Donuts,
Interesting.
Sponsor us.
right?
We will eat yeah.
Because these are totally Dunkin' Donuts that we're dunking in
Oh,
your
yeah.
coffee.
dunking in
Oh, yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Okay, so back to the money. Anyway, so I saw you going for the dunk, and I was like, "Oh no, he's a dunker."
I learned something new about you.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Mandalorian trailer. I got duped on the YouTube because I got too excited. It's happened to me more than once. People like make those like fan trailers or
Oh,
teaser
yeah.
trails that are not real
Yeah,
trailers.
we got duped with Spider-Man.
Yes, yeah, because we were like, "Oh, is there Spider-Man 3 trailer out already?" Like, and so we like watched this whole one, and I was like, "Wait, those are all clips from
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire movies and Venom and like all these things." And I was like, "This is not."
Real.
And then it felt real. They're wizards.
Some of them are really
They're wizards
freaking
with
good.
the
It
editing.
was pretty
yeah,
good.
some of them are really good.
Well, and then so a Mandalorian one was, and I was like, "Oh shit, freaking Mandalorian season 2 trailer." Started watching it, and I was like, "This one I'm I am much more well versed in the Mandalorian than
Yeah.
I am in the Spider-Verse. You could
So
say.
you were like, a lot of these scenes
I
look
was
like
like,
scenes from the first season.
looks like every scene is from the first season.
Yeah.
So it's cool. They can, they'll pull from like things they want to be in the movies and stuff. So they're cool. Keep making them, but I got tricked.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of a cool thing to do. Why do people do it? Just for fun?
Yeah.
They
Just to
splice
totally
together.
mess with our minds.
I
Yeah,
think it's
some
also
of those
like
editing wizards are like
They
really
just want to
good.
splice together something that,
well,
because some of them make it so it has the beginning and end of a real trailer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're
Like
doing the whole
the-
thing. Yeah, and I feel like it's also a little bit of like if they could choose the movie that they want to see, they'll
With
make a
clips
trailer
that-
for it.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or some. I feel like sometimes they're just making something interesting also, but
Yeah.
like the re-edits of like there's I can't remember who made the video, but it's like a fan film kind of deal, but it's essentially just a re-edit of Obi-Wan and Darth Vader's fight, and it's
Oh.
freaking awesome because
Yeah.
because obviously the choreography in that scene is not good.
Yeah.
It's like
Yep.
and then Obi-Wan's like, I'm gonna put my sword down and you just hit me with yours,
Yeah.
and then I'll be dead. And so they edited it with like other
Yeah.
choreography, and it's
I've
super
seen
sweet.
that. Yeah, it is really cool.
It's so cool. I don't know where that is on the interweb, but I'm sure it's not hard to find. But yeah, so I think people just they're like, I want to see the trailer I'm hoping for. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes
they make
sense.
I'm sure once the trailer comes out, we will like obviously
Talk about it.
dive into it and probably dive a lot into season 1. So saving that, what are you looking forward to in just the trailer? Like, what are things that you
Oh.
are
Like, what do you want to see?
hoping to see, or yeah,
I mean, obviously, everyone is looking for
Baby Yoda.
Baby
Baby
Yoda.
Yoda on my shirt. Baby Yoda swept the nation. You go first, Ashley. Actually,
I don't know. I guess I'm curious how I only know him by Gus Fring from Breaking Bad. What's his name in Mandalorian?
you're talking about. Oh my gosh!
I know, right? Giancarlo
Esposito.
Yeah.
What's
it? That's his name in real life.
That's his name? Yeah, that's the actor's name.
Well, because you know how
Moff Gideon.
Yeah, Moff Gideon.
spoilers.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Mandalorian season 1,
Stop.
I don't know why you're here. Thanks for being here, but you should probably watch that.
Pause.
We're probably
the
gonna
podcast.
talk
Pause
about
the
it.
podcast. Go watch
Um,
Mandalorian.
So go ahead, Ashley. Mandalorian season 1 spoilers if you haven't seen it. Ahead.
He's still alive,
Mhm.
He is. Yeah. His TIE
And-
fighter went down.
and he's standing there all like mad and strong.
Mad and strong.
Sex.
He's got like wet hair. It's nice. Looks a little sweaty.
But he looks like pretty. So I'm curious
Some
what
Jawas ran away.
his plan is.
Yeah, and he pulls out the
I
freaking dark
was
saber.
Gonna say
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited for some dark saber
Oh
action.
yeah,
Mhm.
which
Um,
they didn't really let us know that until the end, right?
We didn't know he had any sort of
Any
saber
sort of-
whatsoever. But
And
yeah,
it's something we haven't seen in live action.
in no
Yeah.
live
Yeah.
action. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in Clone Wars.
I think
Clone
yeah.
Wars is the only place. Maybe some of the comic stuff or something. But
Yeah.
I think Clone Wars is the only time we've seen it on quote unquote film.
Yeah.
It's not on
A
film
dark
anymore.
saber.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, dark
Oh.
saber.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
So yeah.
And obviously, Baby Yoda. I want to know. I just want more backstory on Baby Yoda.
I know. I'm curious to know if they're going to give any at all, or if it's
Yeah.
going to
I
kind of
know.
stay like a mystery because we don't know the
There's no history on Yoda.
species name of Yoda. So it's like
We
they're
know
going to keep
nothing.
it that way.
Yaddle and Yoda
That's
is the
true.
only two.
That is a good point because that kind of is like part of it. I feel like is not knowing, right?
Yeah.
Well, and that's what like keeps him as such a mystical,
Yeah.
all-knowing kind of thing is because he
Yeah.
doesn't have all of the backstory, all the information. But like that's like more that I want from like the series, from the trailer. It's hard.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
hard because it's like a little fan service, get me pumped up. You don't have to give you a lot. Like literally just I feel like trailers give so much.
They do.
Like keep it kind of aloof.
Yeah.
Give us some like maybe flashes of things that
Like just quick imagery, not
Yeah.
a whole full scene.
Exactly. Just give us a couple of things, flashes of the Darksaber I think would be something cool.
Yeah, because that's like
you know
not a
it's coming.
spoiler. We know it's coming.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're going to see more of it. Maybe
yeah.
some crazy
Maybe
scene. But like
Mando
of it.
flying with the jetpack now.
With the jetty.
Because he just got that jetty.
Yep, that was pretty rad.
The Jetsons. So something with that would be cool.
Some drama with Baby Yoda.
I'm not a what's her name? Cara
Dune.
fan, so she can go away.
Really? You're
I
talking
mean,
about the
Yeah,
The
about the
chick?
Shock Trooper.
Shock Trooper? I thought she was awesome. I liked her.
I mean, she is fine.
What's her real name?
Gina Carano.
Yeah, I liked her.
You did?
Yeah, I really liked her.
You
She was
did.
fine. She was
Yeah.
fine. Not my
I
favorite.
didn't like her acting.
I thought
Really?
of all the
Yeah.
acting in the show, she had the
Oh.
most to be desired, or left the most to be desired.
Huh. I
Um,
really enjoyed her.
You did.
I mean-
Why did you like her?
I don't know. I thought it was just different.
I feel like
That's
sometimes
true.
the tough
She
guy
wasn't-
persona doesn't work.
I didn't like her personality, I think.
Yeah,
And I think that's kind of how she is in a lot of her roles, though.
yeah, like
I think,
in.
I could be wrong. She was in Deadpool, right?
Oh, was
she
she?
was.
Or is it Deadpool?
She was
2?
She was in Deadpool. 'Cause she was but she was
She was the bad guy. Yeah,
She
yeah,
was
she was
one
one
of
of
the
the,
bad guys, she's the one that
Bad
like
girl.
had the match. She always had the match
yeah,
in her
yeah.
mouth.
Yeah, see, I
She's-
like her. She's badass. I thought
But that character was way better for her, I think.
she was really good in that too.
I feel like she didn't have to act as much in
But
that
see,
movie.
in this one, I feel like yeah, she's tough, but she's not trying to be like evil or you know what I mean. It's just she's a badass who's like been through some stuff,
Mhm.
That's
and
true.
now she's just
I don't
trying
know.
to figure out her life in this post.
She's hiding out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Um,
That's what they were going for. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
I
like
came
it.
across.
I think it's I don't know. I think she's a decent actress or actor. I think you're supposed to say these days. Everybody's just actors. But I felt like it was like too big of a role.
Really.
Huh.
I didn't think it was enough. No, I'm
Whoa.
joking. I thought it, no, I'm kidding. Like I thought like yeah, I thought her time on screen was good. It wasn't too much. It wasn't too little. Liked how they brought her back because she was really in that one episode, and
Yeah,
then
They went back and
yep,
picked her
Mando,
up.
and then Mando was like, "Yo, dude, like if I'm gonna come back
We
here,
need some
I gotta,
muscle.
yeah, I'm gonna go pick up my
I know.
badass chick friend."
Yeah.
And I thought that was cool.
He went and rallied the troops. He went and
Yeah.
got Quill.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I mean,
We'll get in. Yeah, we'll
not
get into
that
this stuff.
I don't want her to be in the next season. I don't care if I'm just saying
You
I don't
did
care if I
say
don't see her
want
in
her
the trailer.
gone.
Oh yeah. Well,
Maybe I
sticking
said
to the
this.
trailer.
Yeah. So like, I
You're
think
just saying
she's
she didn't pique your
I-
interest enough to want to know.
I think
more.
she's great for the story. I just if I don't see her in the trailer, I'm not gonna be like, where is she? Like when
Yeah.
everyone lost their mind that freaking homegirl wasn't in the last Star Wars film as much.
Oh,
Rose.
Rose.
So
Don't even get
everyone,
me started.
well,
Wait,
everyone hated Rose.
I was gonna say.
Wasn't
then-
a fan,
It was not a great character.
but that's not her fault. It's not. her
no, it has
acting.
nothing to do with
Nothing to do with her.
the actress.
It's a story.
But because of like I feel like the kickback against her,
Yeah.
they like kind of they sidelined her, and she was
Mhm.
barely in the next movie.
Yeah. She had like one line.
which honestly,
It was fine.
it didn't.
It
It didn't take away from anything.
No, but it was like totally obvious where it was just like
Yes, it was.
they did a bad job of even doing that.
They
Yeah.
should have
Because
like eased that back
Yeah.
rather than just like
Well, like the
taking
whole
her away.
thing with like her kissing Finn and all that stuff. They were like building this character arc,
Yeah.
and then they were like, "Hey, you see that planet over there? Just go live on that for a while by yourself."
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
not very tasteful
Yeah.
how
I
they
agree.
they were like, we're gonna do you dirty,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be obvious.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I mean, Mando trailer. Give me some Mando flying. Give me some dark saber. Give me maybe some cool droids, because I feel like he was so
I loved
anti-droids.
those
Yeah.
But then he
droids.
started to trust at the end. Maybe give me some cool droids.
I'm sure
Another
we'll definitely
IG
get some new
unit.
droids, yeah.
Get some Taika Waititi
Right.
again, round 2.
Another one.
Quill rebuilds him
I'm not
again.
dead.
Quill also. Spoiler
Oh
alert.
man.
Maybe Quill can rebuild himself and then rebuild IG.
Yeah, these are
again.
things we're like
Oh.
we'll definitely get into when we talk about the trailer once it's out
Oh,
and what we like
true,
about season
true.
1. But a couple
talk
things I
about
hope they
whatever we
don't
want.
show in the trailer, and this goes back to like
Baby Yoda.
usually there's too much in trailers.
Yeah.
You know, the rumors are all but confirmed that Ahsoka Tano will be in
Yes.
season 2.
Yeah.
I hope they don't show her in the trailer. Not at all.
They're gonna.
Yeah, and they will.
They
Of
might
course
not. I mean, honestly, like, I would be okay if there were no Jedi in this series.
Yeah, I agree too.
Like, I feel like everybody, I mean, obviously Star Wars is Star Wars, and Jedi is like the main thing with Star Wars. But like, we've wrapped up, the Skywalker saga.
Yep.
Like, we have the ability to kind of go down any rabbit hole we want.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that The Mandalorian is kind of an alternate story that has to do with people other than Jedis living their lives
Yeah.
in this world or in this universe.
And the fact that people don't even like
Don't even know
Mando
what a
and
Jedi
Quill,
is.
they didn't even like what I think Quill
Quill mentions like he's heard of.
he's heard of
this.
these things, but they don't even know what it is.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
They
So
don't
I
even,
like
yeah.
that. And now, I'm not.
Well, maybe not no Jedi, but like maybe the child is the only one that has Force
Yeah.
powers.
Yeah.
Like, that would be cool.
So I'm like not opposed to Ahsoka being in this show. I
But
think it's cool that
she's a
you're
Clone
getting
Wars
a
fan favorite.
popular character and bringing her in live action. Like, sure, that's cool. But I agree. Like, maybe put her in a different
Because they
series.
cast
Rosario Dawson.
yes.
Which
I'm okay with that.
I like her. Like,
Yeah.
and look,
Who's
I'm talking
Rosario
about clearly
Dawson?
acting, and I haven't watched a lot of her stuff, but
What?
one of my favorite shows of all time is Daredevil on Netflix,
Mhm.
and she's awesome in that show.
Yeah.
She's
Oh,
really
okay.
good. I know a lot of people are gonna start. Oh, Rosario Dawson, we're gonna cancel her. Like, look.
What'd
I-
she do? I
What'd
didn't
she
hear
do?
anything.
I didn't either. I don't even know who this is.
Why is everything canceled?
Oh man. So
can
the
you Google
allegations
her?
are pretty bad.
Really?
Yeah. So look.
Uh-oh. Already Star Wars? Come on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look. By no means. First of all, these are allegations.
Yeah.
If they are true,
They suck.
they do suck. And I look. At the end of the day, if you're a crappy person, doesn't always mean you're a crappy actor or actress. So,
Yeah. Well, I also think like sometimes
True, you can
But
like
this
him as
is-
an
I don't know what
actor,
she
but
did,
not
yeah.
as a
so
person.
the allegations are supposedly that, and I could be butchering this story, but something along the lines of Rosario Dawson and her family had like some sort of housekeeper or something.
indentured servitude.
Yeah, something along those lines. And basically, this person came out to be transgender. And once that came out, the family treated this person, very, very poorly. Like, to where the point where they were getting physical with this person.
Oh, really?
And, like, screaming, degrading, transphobic things in this person's face.
Even our
And
dog
like,
doesn't
look,
like this.
like
story.
I didn't read too much. Like, I read a little bit, and I was like, I try and stay away from like all things negative. So I was like, that sucks. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and like if it like again, if it's true, because I guess this happened like a long time ago,
Yeah.
and so I don't know. So
Interesting.
yeah, I know there's
Okay.
gonna be you're gonna see a lot of people when she comes on the
A
show.
little pushback.
The Twitter world is gonna like lose their minds.
Well, they
but
do already.
whatever. Yeah, they
for
do.
anything.
That's their thing. But yeah, I hope.
Wow. Okay.
Staying back on topic, I hope they don't show her. They will show her in the trailer. I hope they don't.
Well, with all that, they might not. They might re-edit a trailer.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
And try
But the
to
reason
avoid
why I hope
Sugar
they
Mom.
don't is like, you go back to like other trailers, like Captain America: Civil War. Like I remember, like waiting for that trailer to come out, and like everybody knew Spider-Man was going to be in the movie. Like it had already been announced. Like Tom Holland was cast. He was going to be a new Spider-Man.
Like, don't show it.
It's like, do not show it. Like everyone is going to show up to this movie knowing Spider-Man is in some capacity going to be in this movie. So it's like, we're going to be there.
Yeah.
Don't show us. And when I saw like, and we all knew, it was like they dropped the first trailer, he wasn't in it. And I was like, awesome. They dropped the second trailer, and like he was the freaking thumbnail of the trailer. And it's like, why did you guys do that?
It's one of those things where like
and then
he
they
wasn't
show
even
like some of the best scenes.
Yeah, and it's like you literally show him in his suit. You show him.
Yeah, they could have shown like a clip of just Tom Holland.
If anything, just show Tom Holland and be like, "Yo, that's Peter Parker." Like, and like other people, like, don't show the suit. That's one thing where I'm like, I would rather go into a movie not knowing anything about the plot, anything, characters.
Yeah.
Were we talking about this? How people want to know?
That's why they
do
it's like,
that.
like
It's
my
weird.
freaking brother, Andrew, you dummy. He spoils movies
What
for
a
himself
weenie.
because he wants to know going in.
Why?
I don't know.
It's
And
so
some people
weird
are like
to
that.
me.
It's very weird.
It's so weird to me.
I don't like that. In fact, I'm actually trying in the future on certain movies. So like, fingers crossed. I'm the type of person, when I watch a trailer, I watch it a million times.
Oh, you
Like,
do?
oh yeah, I'll watch it all day, every day. Like I've seen the Batman trailer
Really?
so many times.
I was gonna say, I feel like whenever people send me trailers, it's you.
Yeah.
You send me trailers.
And so
That's funny.
certain movies where I'm like, stuff that I'm like really hyped for, Spider-Man 3, the Tom Holland one. Obviously, I'm not talking about Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3.
Yikes.
When that trailer comes out, my plan is to not watch a single trailer. And like, I don't want to know anything about it.
We'll
'Cause,
watch
like,
it and tell you.
I've gone into movies, knowing certain things. And then not only that, but it's like you watch a trailer and then I'm like going down the rabbit hole of like breaking the trailers down, watching YouTube videos.
The other
and, like,
thing,
I want to know everything. And then it spoils stuff for you.
Yeah.
I'm getting sidetracked here.
No, you're good.
But let me go back to just one thing that I hope they coffee throat. I hope they don't show in the trailers. Zero signs of Boba Fett. Because not that it was confirmed, but the theories strongly point to the fact that Boba Fett is alive. He showed up in whatever episode that was, like 3 or 4.
Scooped him. Right.
And you like heard his spurs when he was walking. Like it.
I mean,
if I was a betting man, I'd say 1,000,000% that is Boba Fett. It wouldn't be hard to explain how he survived. And so if he's in this series, and I hope he's not even in
how
this
did he
season.
survive the Sarlacc?
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll do that, but I like
Sour Sarlacc?
Look, you basically got 2 seconds of just feet walking and spurs, and everyone's like, Boba Fett, cool. I hope in this season you get a little more.
And it's not Boba Fett. It's just some dude that wears spurs.
No. I hope it is Boba Fett, but I still hope you don't see him in season 2. I hope this is like some crazy buildup that leaves fans like, where the freak is Boba Fett? And when is he going to show up? And then he doesn't show up till like season 4 or 5.
Well, the best part,
I would love that.
I love how like the Boba Fett like mythology, like literally Boba Fett was in the freaking Christmas special.
Yeah.
And that, like, you know what I mean? Literally the cartoon Christmas special. He's in that little cartoon bit, and he was barely in the actual movies, right? Like in the original trilogy, he's barely in it. He literally, he kind of is. I love Boba Fett. Don't get me wrong.
I love Boba.
But he doesn't. He's a bad bounty hunter.
He's a nobody.
He literally got like hit in the back.
Yeah.
And then his jetpack flew off, and he landed in the freaking hit the wall. And tumbled into the Sarlacc.
And yeah, obviously.
But everyone's like, that guy's going to be the coolest guy around.
He's one of my favorite Star Wars characters of all time. And again, he has like 3 lines in the whole trilogy?
Oh my god, seriously. But it's great. Love it.
But I think it's going to go back to one of those things where like you were talking about Darth Vader and Obi-Wan's horribly choreographed lightsaber duel.
Love it.
And then you go into like the prequel trilogy and all of a sudden everyone's super badass with lightsabers.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be one of those things. Like, back then he looked like this loser who was easily defeated and but then we're gonna see him in the Mandalorian and he's gonna be like
the
insanely
yeah, he's gonna be like the Mandalorian times 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one thing I'm really looking forward to down the line. Like like I said, if he's not in season 2, I would be totally cool with
You're
that.
Just
cool
more
with that. Yep.
teasers.
Yeah, I would love the tease. Because
We
as
know
a
you love the
kid,
tease.
as a kid, Boba Fett was my favorite character.
I was gonna
in
say
all Star
I
Wars.
hear that a lot. Like I'm pretty sure my brother felt
He's
that
just
way
badass. Like
I like
when you
Greedo.
saw his suit and everything, you're like, who
Yeah.
the heck is that guy?
Yeah.
And like even the fact that he had no lines, it was one of those things where
too. You wanted to know more
less
about
is
him.
more.
Yeah.
Well, and that's probably why.
Yeah.
Because
And I don't know if George Lucas, like I don't know, maybe he's even done an interview on it, and I just haven't seen it. But
Yeah.
to me, it seems like George Lucas wanted this guy to basically be a nobody, and he just happened to blow up.
yeah, I think that's accurate. I think he was just another bounty hunter that was just being in the films. But yeah, I mean, there was something I was gonna say when you were talking. What were you just talking about right before you went back? You were like, "Oh, I got to go back to this."
But you were talking
Trailers
about...
and how they.
Oh yeah, you don't want to watch Spider-Man trailers.
Yeah, I don't want to watch the Spider-Man
Oh,
trailer. We were talking about Ahsoka.
You said.
Oh my goodness! Dang it! What was I gonna
They
say?
spoil things. You watch it. Over and
I think it
over.
had to do with trailers, but oh, that's what I was gonna say. Even if the trailer doesn't necessarily spoil something, you'll see a clip of something, and then I'll spend the whole movie waiting to see that part,
Yeah, and then it's not in it.
and then either it's not in it or
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like do you see the movie 1917?
No, I want to see that so bad though.
It
So,
was good.
It's
Yeah.
good. It's good.
Yeah, it
It's
was
really
really
good.
good. Actually.
But like I had a friend, he had the same thing happen to him, and him telling me the story about it. Remember this?
yeah,
Telling me the story about it made me have the same experience. He goes, "Oh, somebody told me something crazy happens, so I spent the whole movie trying to wait for the crazy thing to happen, and then it was underwhelming.
it
'Cause
wasn't
I-
even what
And then now the whole movie, now I'm watching because I hadn't seen it yet, and I'm like doing this. I'm like, I wonder what was the crazy
What
thing that he was
his
talking
friend
about
was
when he was
talking
telling him about it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like it's like this like telephone game of spoiling.
I think
'Cause,
it
like-
just changes the experience too. Like if someone
Yeah.
like hypes something up or tells me about something, then
That's like me hyping up Pacific Rim. I've told so many people how awesome Pacific Rim
You
is.
have told me Pacific Rim is so awesome,
And then-
I
and then-
have refused to watch it.
Wait. Tell me, you've never seen Pacific Rim?
Never seen a clip. I've seen the trailer to the second one, and it looks so bad. And I understand like the second one isn't nearly as good. As
I
the
haven't
first,
seen.
but I haven't
either.
seen it.
What?
We will, and look.
Hold on,
I am-
time out.
I'm open to watch it, and we discuss it. I think that would be fun.
I've told so many people to watch that movie because it's just epic. But I would not say it's a good movie. I think it's a great
It's just
movie.
extremely
It's not
entertaining.
It's extremely entertaining. And I've told people that, and they're like, yeah, I wish somebody didn't hype this movie up for me because I watched it and it was terrible. And I'm like, you obviously don't like having fun.
Yeah.
Because turn the volume up, put it on the big screen. Guillermo del Toro takes you to another place. It's
Yeah.
freaking awesome. Like the sound design in that movie is awesome. The way it's fucking awesome. Okay, I don't know why you haven't seen it yet. It's making me mad.
I'll watch it sometime.
I'm upset. No, you watch it
Um,
today. Go home after this and watch it.
Is it safe to say that we're moving on from the Mandalorian talk? Because I know
We could do whatever we want.
you wanted to chat a little bit about Dune.
Oh yeah, Dune trailer dropped.
So
Yeah.
Dune trailer dropped.
Dune trailer dropped.
Let's hear
yesterday,
your thoughts
2 days ago.
because I'm very, very new to Dune.
I mean, I would say I'm pretty. I'm not. It's not a world that like I've dove super deep into. So like I'm not like an expert on Dune, but I've read the books.
how many books are there?
I think it's a trilogy.
Okay.
But and then saw the original movie, which was rough, not good. It's the 80s, man. It's the 80s.
So I've seen the original movie when I was pretty young.
Yeah.
And I saw Children of Dune.
It's
with-
one of those ones that doesn't really hold up
Yeah,
well.
with-
It was probably
I
fine
think,
when it
like,
came out.
James McAvoy was in that movie, right? In Children of Dune.
I've never seen Children of
I don't
Dune.
know.
I'm pretty sure he was in that, and he was really young. But other than that, like I don't remember really anything. Obviously, I was like I remember the freaking like sandworms and like that's it. That's it.
Which
That's all I
look
know. That's all I remember.
awesome in the trailer.
Yeah.
Did you watch the trailer?
I watched the trailer. The trailer looks really cool.
It
does. I don't know anything again about the lore or the story, but
I'm not a
it looks
huge
really cool.
like Dave Bautista. I like him as a character actor, which it looks like he's going to be here.
Yeah.
So he might be okay. I don't like Dave Bautista in a role where he's.
Is that Aquaman?
No, that's
Drax the Destroyer in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Big guy.
Yeah.
But speaking of Aquaman, homeboy's in it, Jason Momoa.
Oh yeah, Jason Momoa.
Who also I'm not a huge fan of either. I mean, he was fine in Game of Thrones. But
yeah, not really a fan.
So Josh Brolin,
yeah,
I like him. I don't know. I think it can all work.
I do like the cast.
Timothy.
I think the cast overall.
The cast. I love. Yeah, Zendaya's awesome. Timothy Chalamet. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't seen any Timothy Chalamet stuff, but like
he's good.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
I've seen like clips of him in movies, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I can see why people probably really like him. It seems like he's a really good actor, good-looking guy.
He's in one of my favorite movies, Call Me by Your Name. So maybe Ashley Day.
Ashley Day.
Oh, Ashley Day.
Call Me by Your Name.
Call Me by Your Name. Yeah.
It's like a.
It's so good.
Is it like a romantic movie? Is it a rom-com?
Not a rom-com, but there's a little summer loving.
Oh, I do like
summer loving. Happens so fast.
Cool, yeah. I like I said, he seems cool. Like there's
seems like a cool guy to hang out with.
There's things that I've been wanting to watch.
Yeah,
like what is
The
it?
King
The
was
King.
good.
You said you guys watched The King. I want to watch that.
Yeah,
and
you
I
should.
like Robert Pattinson.
That was interesting.
I've heard that's very weird,
but I think
like
that was
it makes sense actually.
I think that was his portrayal or his how he did that character, Robert Pattinson.
Yeah,
I think was a conscious decision by the director to basically make it cartoony.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they did that on purpose.
If you didn't realize that, you're kind of like, what is he doing?
When he first started we were both like, huh?
It was
like, is this? I was like, I thought you were a good actor, dude. but then now I'm like, okay, maybe you were.
Yeah.
I've been, since hearing that he got casted as Batman, I've been slowly watching more stuff because obviously, like, a lot of people go, the freaking Twilight guy and
Lighthouse.
He's made a comeback.
When Twilight came out, like the books, I remember I was working at Dick's, not with you at the time, but I had a coworker back in 2009 or 2008, and this was shortly after like the first book had come out or something. And this coworker was a guy who was older than me, and he's like, "Dude, this book Twilight, freaking awesome. You should read it." And for the longest time, I was just like, "What is it?" He's like, "Okay, like it's a vampire love story, but like," and I was like totally turned off. And then I ended up reading it. I read, what are there, 4 books, right?
I don't know, man.
I think there's 4.
I'm not a Twilighter.
I read the first 2, and they were really good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, they were really good. The books were really good.
Your sister loves them.
Yeah.
And then, like,
she loves
like most things, like I just have a hard time reading series.
Yeah.
So I just didn't I didn't read the other ones. Like I was over it. It's like regardless of like how good they were, I was just like, eh.
Sometimes if like I'll do that where I'll just like go down a rabbit hole and listen to like 3 books in a series. But by the time you get like halfway through the 3rd one, you're like, okay, I'm ready for some new content. Yeah. You're like, this is all great. I love all this.
Yeah.
But it's like I gotta take a break and I'll come back to it.
Yeah. And then I never do.
Yeah.
And so then obviously like I saw the movies, and I don't think I've seen the last Twilight movie because they're, to me, really bad. Like,
atrocious. The CGI in those movies.
They're not good. And like I get it, like it's catered to a very particular audience and demographic.
People that don't like good movies. Just kidding.
Young girls who just want to see Taylor Lautner with his shirt off and transform into a horribly CGI'd wolf. And like, look,
sign me
I will
up.
say this: there are a lot of people who, and I'm not gonna go on about Twilight, but there's one thing that like I hope people who have seen Twilight and like it will appreciate me saying this. People attack the acting of, is it Kirsten Stewart or Kristen Stewart?
Kristen Stewart.
Yeah.
Kristen Stewart. I like, people are always like,
Kirsten Dunst.
It's the worst movie. Like, she's a horrible actor. I will say this: if you read the book, her acting is spot on because she is a very like awkward teenage girl, super awkward.
Yeah.
And when you
Oh,
watch that
really?
movie, you're like, oh my gosh, this actress is so awkward. Like it looks like she doesn't know how to act. Like that's
Yeah.
exactly how
How
she
it
is in the
feels
book.
in the book.
That's exactly how it is.
Interesting.
So I
Well,
will say
the best
that
part is that
she's
her
not a
paycheck
bad
for that.
actress. She's really good,
Oh,
and
wow.
so is Robert Pattinson in that movie.
Yeah.
They do really, really good job. It's just a bad movie.
So then you just assume like
Yeah, so I
everyone's
think a lot of
bad.
people are like, oh my god, it's horrible. Like the acting, like I'll say, like the story of or the writing in the movies is not perfect, but the editing and the special effects are pretty bad. in the
Yeah.
movie. But I will say again, since hearing Robert Pattinson was cast as the Batman, I've been watching slowly more Robert Pattinson stuff because I always associated him with Twilight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
But I've watched. Oh gosh, dang it!
Hold it down
Good
and grab
Time?
more coffee.
Yep.
Will you top us all off or me off? At least?
I watched Good Time. Have you guys heard of that?
Oh,
I think it's
no.
called Good Time.
Oh, yeah, that sounds familiar.
It's basically a Robert Pattinson movie, and it is a Robert Pattinson movie.
It's big.
And look, I'm not gonna go off on a tangent about this, but he's a really freaking good actor.
He
So
was really good.
Is that the one where he's like a stockbroker or something?
no, this is where like him and his special needs brother rob a bank, and then his brother. I'm okay on the coffee, thank you. His brother gets caught and arrested, and the whole movie is like him trying to break his brother out of jail.
Oh.
Like it's crazy. It's really good. It's an
Interesting.
indie film, and so like it's really weird, but it's really good. The acting's really good.
Interesting. It sounds like a kind of funky
I
plot.
don't even know what got me talking about Robert Pattinson, but
because of
We were talking about
Dune
Dune.
and
Oh.
Timothy
Chalamet,
Chalamet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because
So,
you
yeah,
have
the
a
cast.
massive crush on Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
That was it.
that's it. That's all
That
I want
was
to
the
talk
point.
about.
I just
Back to Dune. I think the cast is awesome. You got
So-
people like Oscar Isaac. Love him.
Oh!
I'll say that's all I have to say about Dune. I'm really excited.
I was gonna
I
say when
think-
I saw him, and I think he's gonna be his father, Timothée Chalamet's father. I think is what it looked like in the trailer, but I haven't really. I literally watched it and I was like, let's talk about it. I haven't dove in and like analyzed the trailer all that much, but I kind of want to go back and rewatch the original.
I'll take a little less than half.
Are we having a donut war?
No, we're splitting.
We got more donuts.
Oh well. Wait. Side note. Thank you.
Got this.
No, this is perfect.
Oh yeah.
You know Robert. Nice. For those who aren't watching, Anthony put his
We're
donut
just
in
playing
half
with our donuts.
Don't worry.
and
Don't,
mid-
put
Mid-cast.
it on
know if
the
you knew that.
brim of his mug.
the gram.
The brim of his mug.
It's not like you said the. I heard something totally different.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, my donut is giving my cup of rim job right now.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
What were you gonna say?
Sorry
Robert-
if you hear also donut chomping.
Mm-hmm. Robert
slurping.
Pattinson was a super minor character in one of the Harry Potters.
Oh yeah.
Before
what
Twilight.
was his name? Gregory? Was it Gregory or? I don't remember his name in that movie. I've seen all the Harry Potter movies again. Like I could never get past the first book. I'm sure they're really good. The first Harry Potter book was good.
The people who love Twilight also love Harry
Yeah.
Potter. That's like the same.
But I like the Harry Potter movies.
Generation.
They're good.
They're not bad. I mean, I read I think the first 4 books, 3.5 books. I don't know if I finished the 4th book. And I was kind of. I don't want to say I was anti Harry Potter, but I was definitely not into it. And then I kind of was like, okay, I'm gonna watch all the movies. I have no reason not to.
Mm-hmm.
So I did. And they're okay. I feel like it got better as they got
Older.
the older. Books
Yeah.
got a little darker.
Yeah.
It felt a little bit more, I don't want to say real world, but like real consequences. You know, anything like that, you're kind of always like, hey, bet you Harry Potter figures out a way to save the day here.
Yeah.
You know? And it feels like that through the first 4 books. And then after that, you're like, well, maybe we might lose somebody here.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
could go, you know, and that's,
getting a little
and I
real.
think that's why.
Mr. Potter.
Oh,
Oh man.
bye, little guy.
Who
R.I.P.
was that?
Dobby the elf.
Poor
Aw.
R.I.P.
Mr. Potter.
But like that's why I think Game of Thrones was such a everybody loved that because like nobody was safe. You're like, oh, I love that character, so great. Can't wait to see him develop over 8 seasons. Just kidding, he's dead.
Oh my god, yeah. So I've never seen.
Spoiler
Game of
alert!
Thrones.
Here it comes.
Same.
Really?
I've seen like random episodes.
Dude.
Damn, then I
I know.
can't say what I want to say about
You can say
season
it.
1.
No,
You can spoil it.
don't say it.
No.
Okay, don't say it.
Because it wasn't spoiled for me.
You
And
should at least watch season 1.
Yeah, I did at least see. I did season 2. I
I'll
did
make
1
it
and
clear.
2.
It's not that I haven't watched it because I don't like it. It's an HBO show, right?
Yeah.
Anything on HBO, never seen.
You gotta get that login,
I don't have
bro.
HBO.
You gotta get that
I
login.
know.
We'll give you a login, but also
Yeah, you
it's
need a
a
login.
big commitment.
Mm-hmm.
Like for everyone who has seen it and talked about it for the past, I don't know, 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's just a lot of pressure and time, and it's
A lot of
so
pressure.
involved.
Well, and I've watched it. I've watched all 8 seasons.
Several times.
Okay, no, I lie. I've only seen the 8th season one time, and that was because it was very underwhelming. But I've seen 1 through 6 and 7, I think at least 3 times.
Oh wow.
And so
So you're a throny.
for me,
You're
well,
throwny.
yeah,
He's a throny.
maybe I am.
Maybe I am.
But I feel like
What
it's
do you
one
mean
of
maybe you are. You loved Game
maybe
of
I am.
Thrones.
Maybe I am. Okay, maybe I am. We need to just.
You are.
You are. You are.
All right, I like Game of Thrones a lot. Okay, except season 8, it hurt a little bit. I don't know why.
Well,
I'm gonna
you
be honest.
still liked it, I think. You were like sticking up for it against everyone else.
Okay, let's do
This
this.
is crazy.
Let's
This
do
is
this.
crazy.
Let's do this. Here is my philosophy for soaking in content. I feel like a lot of people are on the hate it till they watch it enough or research enough to say, "Oh, I like this." Right? I think people a lot of times are quick to be I am whatever I feel like Star Wars fans are like that a lot.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm not going to like it because I'm sure it's not going to live up to my expectations in my head.
Yeah.
And then in 5 years, after I've watched it 4 or 5 more times and it's grown on me, I'll say I like it.
I'll never like The Last Jedi. Sorry.
Okay, that's what everybody said about the prequel trilogy. Now
I'll
people
say
are
I
like,
will
"That
never
movie's good now."
like. I need to
Okay.
get better about knowing their names.
The one with the lightsaber.
Princess Leia. I will never get
Yeah.
over her flying.
That's what I'm
in
saying.
through the
Yes,
air.
Like there are
I will
things that
never.
never.
And I don't care, and I hated that.
Yeah, I hated it too.
So I tend to go into movies already liking it even before I've seen it.
Because you want to be an opposite of the hater.
No,
You're a
not
lover.
even that.
You're a lover.
That's
You're a
why
I
lover.
think I can be entertained by a movie even if it's not a great
It's fair.
movie.
I can.
like. So
I
I
can
can
be entertained.
like I can go into a movie and be like, hey, I watched like if I start to get bored of a movie, I'll be like, that was not a good movie. But if it holds my interest,
Yeah.
I'm watching it. It's the visuals are good, the story is decent. Maybe the acting's not 100% great, but like, or there's some weird flaws in the way the story was written. I can get over those, and I'll walk out of the theater and be like, I was entertained. I had a good time. Like that's not bad. But then I tend to go back and watch and rewatch and learn, and then I'm like, oh, okay, it's holding up less and less in my head. So I tend to go. I start high and I work my way
because
back.
the second and third time you're not necessarily watching it just for fun to be entertained. You're like,
Yeah, and I mean, I'm watching it to be entertained, but at the same time, I'm watching it because I want to. I watch for what I'm like. I want to soak in all of what's happening.
Yeah.
And see all the things that I missed the first time I saw it, all that kind of stuff. Catch the stuff in the background.
Yep.
Looking for the Easter eggs, things like that. And I mean kind of similar thing happened with literally just Mulan. Like the other day, we watched Mulan 2020. I'm gonna call it Mulan 2020 because it's not Mulan. It's a different movie.
Totally different movie.
And at the end, you were like,
Should
what do we want to rank it? And I said, I ranked it pretty high.
I did too.
yeah.
And
you guys
then
ranked it real
after
high.
I thought about it and stewed on it for 2 days and like rewatched a couple things, I was like, no, that was like a 4.
Watch some review
Oh
trailers.
man. See, and like I didn't rewatch anything, but like I was saying because I ranked it high. I gave.
I also listened to other people talk about it,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, valid point.
They did have really valid points.
Mm-hmm.
I ranked it a 7.5 out of 10. But listen, I wasn't saying it's a 7.5 out of 10 in terms of the best movie I've ever seen. It was purely entertainment quality. I still think it was entertaining. It really was for me. Like, it was different. The reasons why a lot of people are nitpicking are things that I thought was really entertaining. I think if movies clearly take things from other movies or franchises and it's obvious, most of the time it's distracting.
Yes.
This movie clearly had inspiration from Star Wars.
Are we gonna
I was gonna say
talk about this? I mean, we can. I'm down. We can talk about. We don't have to do like a.
Well, let's just get in a smidge, podcast. And then we'll.
Yeah, okay. I was just gonna say I liked the fact that it clearly was inspired by Star Wars, and it was like so on the nose, where it's like there's no denying. But I liked it. It wasn't as obvious as it was. It wasn't distracting.
Or it was kind. It was like
because
likable.
I love Star Wars, and so it's like
that
you guys did it in a very good, almost natural way, to where I was like, yeah, dude, I freaking love it. Like clearly it was inspired.
Well, and that wasn't that wasn't my hang up. You know what I mean? Like,
no, yeah.
I think looking back on it, it felt like the story, like the important storytelling bits were rushed in order to put in like big looking cinematic type shots.
Yeah.
That were just kind of random.
Yeah.
Like that's how I felt. I felt like it was like, hey, let's the most epic moment when, Mulan is choosing to make this transformation and do this thing that is going to probably get her killed, maybe her family killed, or dishonor her family forever, all that stuff. They're like, I think I'm going to do it. Cut to next scene, she's on the way out.
Yeah.
And her family's like, oh, we got this brush here.
My sword!
My sword!
Oh my god, that was my sword! My armor!
My armor!
It's gone!
We rewound that like 3 times,
right?
Oh my
gosh,
that was
so
funny.
rough.
Yeah.
But like as bad as that acting was, it was funny. Like it wasn't like the thought in my mind wasn't, oh my gosh, that acting's so bad.
Mine
was just like,
that.
Really? Because I was like, that's hilarious.
Mine was too. But I will say, I think that some movies aren't meant to be Oscar winners. Like they're not going for the best actor in the world. It's a kid's.
Although that actor is a good actor. Like I love that guy in so many other things. It was just a weird
live action thing.
It honestly will be. I feel it looked like because they shot from behind him walking towards the cabinet.
Yeah.
I feel like that audio was dubbed in later.
Yeah.
Like so, whatever was said, I think they cut. It felt
my
like.
Sword. My armor.
I feel
like you haven't watched Mulan. Go watch it, and then you'll know exactly what we're talking about.
And then it pans to his face, and he's just stone cold, like
no emotion. After
zero emotion.
I feel I 100% feel like they called him up on the phone 2 weeks before the movie was done, and they're like, "Hey, can you just say my sword, my armor over the phone really quick?" And then he said it, and they're like, "Thanks, that's all we need." And then they dubbed that in over the top because it didn't match the scene.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
And the way he said it,
it didn't match his
the emotion
tone and
in his
expression.
voice,
Nothing.
didn't match his face, any of those things, and it felt.
But I loved it.
I mean, I will say, I was not entertained. Like the whole time, it was fine. I watched it; it was good. We're gonna fight the toughest guy in the world. No, we're not. It's gonna be really easy. Like
that's like that pitch meeting video we watched.
Yeah.
Oh, it's barely an inconvenience.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna literally just like beat him very quickly and then kick a arrow into his chest.
Okay, this is the thing. It's a kids movie at the end of the day.
It is not. They tried to make it not. Like I think it
I
is like
think it's going to be.
It was the ultimate
live action Mulan.
Ultimately overproduced, and they chose all the safe choices. Like that's what it felt like. It felt like I'm a huge Disney fan. It's hard for Disney to do things that I don't like, although everybody hates on all the choices that Disney makes all the time. But this one felt very safe. Everything was like, hey, this works in Star Wars. Let's do some wide angle cinematic shots. And it looks like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't want to actually show. We don't think that she actually can make the character arc that the original Mulan made. So we're just gonna give her superpowers and then not have her work for it.
Mm.
So nobody's really worried that she won't save the day,
Yeah.
right? Oh, you just saved us. We get it. We're still kicking you out of the army. Just kidding. You're back. Thanks for the information you just told us. Now we trust you after you just lied to us for the past 6 months.
Yeah.
Like, and like it just seemed like
Yeah.
she never had to earn anything, and they were just like, we want this to be palatable. We want everybody to, not be worried that and then freaking when Homeboy Cricket is not a cricket, by the way. He should have been. He's just
a dude named Cricket.
He's just an awkwardly chunky dude
yeah.
who's like, oh my god, Cricket's dead.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. Just kidding. I'm not even dirty.
All he did was.
I'm not even.
You guys were fighting, and I just decided to take a nap.
And everyone's like, "Oh no!" And then he's like, "Ah!" and like rises immediately.
Right. Okay,
yeah. No,
so
they literally were. They didn't want you to be worried.
I think while
it's a
we
kids
were
movie.
watching it, there were only like 3 or 4 things where like we paused and were like, "That
Wait.
was kind of weird."
That's-
Wait,
yeah.
pause the
But
movie.
when the movie ended, and I know you didn't feel this way, but Anthony, maybe you felt the same way.
Nope.
Like as soon as the movie
Yeah,
ended,
Anthony
I
liked
was
it.
like super entertaining. Like I liked it, and then obviously like you spend time and you ponder it, and then there's like, yeah, there were a lot of things, but
Initial reaction
was like it was entertaining and it served its purpose for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree
You
with
both
that.
said that. Yeah, you say, "Give me your gut feeling."
That's
and
why I said a 7.
Yeah.
That's why I said a 7.
Yeah,
And
everyone was entertained.
but that's exactly what I'm saying. That's the type of movie watcher I am.
I just
Yeah.
can't
I will-
get
I will
past
think it's
a
great.
bad-
Or
and then
better,
you
and
ponder
then I
on it, yeah.
pick and choose. And it's also like I'll recommend it to somebody, and then I'll go back and rewatch a movie that I recommended super highly, and I'm like, wow, I think I was a little high on that movie when I recommended it, because now watching it again, not
But now that
as
everyone
good.
knows your MO, they know what they're getting into.
Everyone trusts everything I say on this podcast.
Done.
I would never lie to you.
When you were saying it's distracting when a movie does a play-by-play of something else, like when
I said that?
like when it rips off of another
Oh
movie.
yeah.
It's distracting. Booksmart with
Oh my gosh, have you seen Booksmart?
directed
No.
by it was
Olivia. Is
yeah,
the Olivia
yeah.
Wilde movie? No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, so Booksmart. It's so on the nose. It's like you've seen Superbad, right?
Yeah.
It's so
It's literally the female Superbad.
yeah,
Oh,
and
it's-
not even I
like
heard
so
that.
literally. It's
What?
Jonah Hill's sister.
Right. So it's literally
It's-
like how Bridesmaids is to freaking
Hangover.
Hangover.
Yes.
But
But-
even
But
Bridesmaids, I thought
Bridesmaids
was
at least is
actually
different.
good.
Bridesmaids stands up
Hated that.
on
You
its
did.
own.
I hated
It
it.
It's
stands
been
up on
so
its own.
long.
It's because it's not exactly the same as Hangover.
But this
But
one
same
is
idea. This okay, because
Literally-
exactly when I heard that,
literally-
I thought it was gonna be maybe a Bridesmaids 2 Hangover.
they're trying to
No.
get to the cool kids party.
This is
They're trying to
literally
just
the
female
exact
Superbad.
yes,
dude. It's and like to the
Like they take drugs and
then they have an awkward car ride with someone. Like it's literally
That's so.
like
they
and then
both
the
have
jokes.
crushes on somebody that
That
like
they're
the
trying to
cool
see at the
ones.
party, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, okay.
they're going to 2 separate colleges and they're mad that they're gonna. It's literally
And they didn't tell it yet.
super bad.
It's exactly the same. Like they're. I didn't tell. Oh my god, dude!
It's
like,
best friend travel.
Oh my god.
so you know the. I got,
Oh yeah, that I knew that because I've seen it. That was a scene, if you couldn't tell, but that was when
Well,
they're fighting at the
you
end.
know. Oh my gosh!
Oh,
Yeah, I forgot about that
spoiler
scene.
alert. We didn't even finish the movie.
We didn't even finish
Oh,
it
man.
because it was like
That's the worst.
it was
when
like
that
a
happens.
2-hour movie, and I'm like, it's a 2-hour.
I'd
ripoff
rather
of
just
another
go watch
movie.
Superbad.
Same. It was
Well,
so bad.
You know that opening scene with like Jonah Hill's
They're at the little
Going-
convenience shop.
well, he's going to pick him up.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like
like, the
literally
kinda-
the first scene.
The funky music's playing.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, and you kind of get that vibe. They're like, oh, we're gonna do that with girls, but they're gonna dance,
She
there's gonna be some
drives
dance
up in
moves.
a car. The other girl comes out.
and they just dance.
The same thing.
And they're like,
then
"Should we
they talk
keep
about
dancing?
College.
Should we keep dancing or should we get in the car?
It's,
These jokes aren't good, but let's keep dancing.
Oh,
pretty
It's
bad.
no.
And that
Bad.
makes
Go watch it, everyone. It's a great flick. Sponsor
And
us.
I thought I thought it was gonna be more of like a coming of age, or that's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, extra
Right,
coming of
and-
age tale, you could say.
But I thought it was gonna be like well done, I guess.
Okay, so that
I was hoping for a different plot. Like I was hoping for a different movie.
So I know Olivia Wilde directed the movie. Did she
Yeah.
write it?
I
have no
don't
idea.
think
Probably
so.
Jonah
and I
Hill
have
We'll
no
have to
idea.
look that up. Because you guys saying this, I hope
Pull it
she
up on your
didn't.
phone. You got your phone?
Because who does she? What did she just do?
That I'm excited
Yeah.
for. She just got announced as the director for a Spider-Woman movie.
Oh, that's
Which
right.
I'm
Yeah.
super excited for because Olivia Wilde, like, love her. She's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Her
Have you ever
directing was fine.
have you ever seen? Wait, no, that's not Olivia Wilde. What am I thinking of? John Carter.
No,
think
you,
she's-
you talk about.
I keep
you
thinking
love
she's-
John
love
Carter.
I don't
Same
think that's.
here.
I don't think that's Olivia Wilde. Maybe it is Olivia Wilde.
I don't
No,
think
it's
it
not
is.
Olivia Wilde. I'm thinking
Okay,
of a
good.
different one.
Olivia Wilde did not write this movie, so
Okay,
that's good.
That's a good.
That's
sign.
good. I'm not because
Her
I was getting a
directing
little
was
worried.
fine.
But
The
the
directing
it
good.
felt very forced. It felt like
so bad.
it felt like they were trying to make jokes.
It's yes.
It didn't feel natural. It
Yeah.
didn't feel natural.
That was the best thing you said. You said it seems like they're just reading jokes off of paper, whereas like Jonah Hill
It
and
felt like they were riffing.
Michael Cera, right?
Yeah.
Were like genuinely funny, and it was
felt like
just,
they were
off
coming.
the cuff.
Yeah, it felt like they in Superbad they recorded all those scenes 20 times, and then they picked the goofiest thing that they all said.
And they were being
Or this one, it
themselves.
was like, hey, we have 3 jokes written down on the page.
Read them.
Let's read them off and see which one feels the funniest. And I mean, who knows? Maybe they ad-libbed all that and it was
just
all
not-
improv, and that was the best they got. But it didn't feel genuine at all. It felt really forced and like real staged.
Yeah.
And then like there were just some of the characters were like the girl that was taking all the drugs.
That was
and
ridiculous.
stuff. Like it was
that
like,
wasn't
what
even
is the
like a
point
real
of this?
human.
Like that girl is like literally a mid-30s drug addict, but
It
you're
was
telling me
weird.
she's in high school? I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, I didn't need to point that out because it was.
Oh yeah, and then they dosed him. Remember they got dosed with acid.
Yeah,
They went on an acid trip?
They got dosed with ayahuasca, I think, or something.
I thought it was like
Or
an
was
acid
it
or
just
something.
acid?
But it
Either
lasted
way.
maybe 17 seconds. They're like, "Oh my god, we got dosed with acid. I'm feeling the trip." Then they lay down in a parking lot for a 30-second scene, and then we're like, "Okay, we're good to go. Let's go to this
100%
party."
sober.
And it was like, I was like, okay, first of all, is time slowed down because I've never done an acid trip that only lasted 13 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's not DMT we're talking about. But anyway,
Anyway,
sorry, we rambled about that movie.
We're rambling about a lot of stuff. I know. I guess what are we at time wise
The
here?
coffee's kicking in. About an hour.
so
Okay.
We can do it.
yeah,
So let's wrap this one up. You think?
Sure.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. And
We got things to do. It's 8 a.m. So a little after 8.
I know we were wanting. Maybe we can just quick spit some things out that
Spit
we
it.
were excited for. So obviously we were excited for the Mandalorian trailer. We were excited about the Dune trailer. What are some other things, even in the future? Things are obviously delayed by the pandemic. What are some things that
True.
are in production or have been announced that you guys are excited for?
Avatar.
Oh, the Avatars.
Avatar?
Aaron's never seen Avatar, so
Never
we'll have
seen
to do that.
Avatar. Well, that'll be a good.
I just thought of it. I'm not necessarily
pause the
like
movie,
Jones
let's
in,
talk about
but
The Avatars, which I mean, with $1 billion budget, I'm excited to see what happens with that.
yeah.
The Obi-Wan
Ooh,
show.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, a lot of
I would say
Disney Plus
a lot
stuff
of the live action Star Wars stuff. There's going to be what they've already announced that they're going to do 3 more movies, Star
Yeah.
Wars movies.
Taika Waititi's gonna direct one.
Taika Waititi, so that could be cool.
Be
We could
cool.
get a Thor Ragnarok of Star Wars.
Yeah.
And then what else right now? I mean, parks. I want parks to open. Obviously, come
Yeah.
on, California, get it
I
together.
want to.
Avengers Campus.
We can do this.
Yeah.
We need our fix.
What about-
Obviously, like there's so much Marvel stuff that's in production already.
I
that
know. I
it's
can't
like,
keep track.
yeah,
so much.
It's like Black Widow. We should have seen already. So excited for that.
Yeah.
The TV shows. We're gonna get our first
Oh, yeah.
Marvel
Oh,
television
what's
series.
it? WandaVision.
WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter
She-Hulk.
Soldier, She-Hulk, Hawkeye.
I'm so not a
um,
Hawkeye fan.
Loki.
Oh, there's so much.
Like there's so much, and then
Yeah.
you've got movies that have already started, like Thor: Love and Thunder is getting ready to start filming.
Yeah.
That should be starting any day now.
Maybe
Spider-Man
right
3,
now.
Doctor Strange 2. That probably like every movie that's been announced
Should be starting
before
to
or
film.
since the pandemic. Doctor Strange 2 is probably the one movie that I am the most excited for.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think the possibilities are endless. I think
Oh.
we'll talk about that later. There's a lot of things we can get in that later. But
Yeah.
what else non-Disney? Kong versus Godzilla. That movie's supposed to. I think that movie is done, and like they still haven't.
I
released
think
the
they're
trailer.
waiting to release a lot
Yeah.
of things.
That makes sense. That sucks.
Venom 2. Let There Be Carnage.
Didn't see Venom 1. Gonna be
It's
honest.
not a good movie,
Yeah,
but it is
that's what I heard.
entertaining. So like movies that if you love
I'll
entertaining,
probably watch it. I
it's
just
really
haven't yet.
entertaining, but it's so bad.
Not a
Yeah.
good movie.
Yeah, it's like
Got to
it's
catch
so
up
bad.
on that one.
What else? Well, what like technically movie theaters are opened back up and they've released their first.
Well, in
big-
some states.
Tenet.
In some states.
Yeah, so like
Tenet was like the
Tenet
first one,
is
right?
like the first movie to be put in theaters since. the
I've not
pandemic.
seen.
I
yet.
haven't seen Tenet. I
I've heard.
I heard it's really good.
I think my favorite like quote from like a tweet or something. Well, not Twitter, but it was on something. Somebody, I can't remember who said it, but they were like, "Tenet, you confused me in the first 10 minutes. I had no idea what was happening, but I loved it the whole time."
It's like Inception. Like when
Yeah.
I watched Inception, I was like, I don't know what the heck is going on, but this is crazy.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'll watch that. I'm sure. I don't know. I'll wait till I could probably stream it, but yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Anything you're excited for that's coming out?
I think you guys covered it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No more like a Shawshank Redemption 2.
They
That's
don't
gonna
do
just be
those.
that's
Here's
just gonna be the
thing,
running
I'm
joke of this
not
podcast.
Yeah.
Is that Ashley only likes Shawshank Redemption?
I like movies that don't require sequels.
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah.
I
That's fair.
love me
That's
some
fair.
But
sequels.
that doesn't mean I don't like.
Yeah.
But I think that's why I am getting into the Marvel universe because they're not necessarily sequels; they just go together.
Yeah, it's just
So you can it's
Overall,
kind
Well,
of
it's like you
storytelling.
like the content and you want more of it. So when they make more, and as long as they're like not like
'Cause-
half-assed,
Yeah.
they're good usually.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Cool.
Good. Nice guys. Thanks for joining us for coffee and donuts this morning. I have to take my after coffee bathroom break. So great for us to stop right now. Yeah, thanks for joining us, Animatronic Trio. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
all right.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
All right, bye.